Kuantan Flour Mills engaged in flour milling. The company produces and trades flour. Through the subsidiary, KFM Marketing Sdn Berhad, the company is engaged in the marketing and distribution of food ingredients, flour premix and its related products. The company also provides transport services to the flour milling operation. The company was incorporated in 1944 and is based in Kuantan.
The mission of Lotus KFM Berhad is to manufacture the highest quality of flour products and to provide services with exceptional value to our customers. Also, will provide a pleasant, nurturing and growth-oriented environment to encourage our employees to improve and to be highly productive. Objective of Lotus KFM Berhad is to produce consistent and good quality flour with the objective of achieving 100% customer satisfaction and loyalty. Type of industry and products Lotus KFM Berhad. Lotus KFM Berhad, formerly Kuantan Flour Mills Berhad, is a Malaysia-based company which is engaged in flour milling and trading in its related products. The company operates in Malaysia and Singapore. Its products include wet flour, premix and trading. Its wet flour products like Wow Blue, Bamboo Red and Golden Swallow. Its premix products like Easy Mix Golden Sponge Cake Mix, Easy Mix Royal Sponge Cake Mix and Easy Mix Chocolate Sponge Cake Mix. The company's trading products include Cook Palmaya Instant Dry Yeast and EKA 300 Bread Improver. The company has a fleet of cargo lorries and bulk tankers for deliveries of its products to customers. Next is I want to explain about financial performance evaluation of Lotus KFM Berhad, which is liquidity ratios in current ratio. The formula is current assets divide current liabilities. Lotus KFM Berhad current ratio show the increased ratio, which is in 2018 is 0.26 times, in 2019 is 0.33 times and in 2020 is 3.62 times. It is because the inventory of the company decreased in the year 2020. In quick ratio, the formula is current assets minus inventory minus prepaid expenses divide current liabilities. The result for the acid test ratio, or we call it as a quick ratio, show a higher in 2018, which is 0.16 times, in 2019 is 0.18 times and 3.05 times in 2020. It indicates that the company be able to pay short-term debt using current asset without relying to inventories and prepayment.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Taufik bin Azhari. So today I will talk about efficiency ratios. So for the average collection period, this show that in 2018 that is 48 days and 2019 is 39 days and 2020 is 42 days. So the average collection period in 2018 is 48 days compared to 2019, which is 39 days. It shows that the company are efficient in collecting the debt and customers are paying the debt according to credit term. It also shows a good management of debt in 2019 from the company. As you can see, in 2020, the company increased from 39 days to 42 days. It indicates that the company need to improve in collecting debt. So, the company need to be more careful and monitoring the debt collection in order to ensure the debt are not increased over the years. The company also should proceed with the current credit term, and furthermore, the company should identify the customer that have problem in paying debt. When the customer late payment, should settle debt first before the company sell their goods again. So next, I will talk about inventory turnover. So the formula of the inventory turnover is cost of goods sold divided by inventory. So in 2018, it shows that 9.5 times, 2019 5.8 times, and 2020 is 5.7 times. That happened at early year of 2020, which is more people tend to work from home and the closing with school and other organization. This pandemic shows the little impact toward the Lotus KFN Berhad because the nature of business Lotus KFN Berhad is floor that usually prospect customer, which is convenient food to those people. So the Lotus KFN Berhad should increase the sales by implement different types of marketing strategies. The company also should take advantage using pandemic as their marketing strategies, which is they can focus on advertisements or have promotional events and offers. Company can also eliminate safety stock and old inventory. So for the total asset turnover, the formula is sales divided by total assets. The total asset turnover, it shows that the lower ratio from 2018 3.63 times and 2019 1.060 times to 2020 0.69 times. The result shows that the Lotus KFM Berhad inefficient in utilizing its total assets in generating sales. So they need to improve efficiency can affect the low asset turnover ratio because of inefficient use of assets. The company should focus seriously the stability in total asset turnover by increase the sales. In addition, the company also should dispose some of the fixed assets that are idle in the company. Lastly, for the fixed asset turnover, the formula is sales divided by net fixed assets. The fixed asset turnover show lower ratio from 2018 8.02 times and 2019 3.99 times to 2020 2.35 times. It shows the decreased ratio in the company. It indicates that the company should increase its sales or some asset may need to be disposed of. The Lotus KFM Berhad should increase revenue, which is the asset might be properly utilized. Also, the company can increase its sale by having more promotions and by making proper schedule of movements for the finish rapidly.
Based on leverage ratios, the debt ratio of Lotus KFM Berhad show that the decrease in 2020, which is 30.40% compared to 2019, where it is 182.4%, and 2018, where it is 251.6%. The results show that a debt ratio in 2020 is less than 50%. So that is considered to be less risky. This means that the company has twice as many assets as liabilities. Next is debt to equity ratio. The debt to equity ratio of Lotus KFM Berhad show that the lowest in 2020, which is 43.74% compared to 2019, where it is 221.41%, and 2018, where it is 100%. The results show that a lower debt to equity ratio usually implies a more financially stable business. Debt decrease as the debt to equity ratio rises can affect on less risk of defaulting or being unable to repay. And lastly, times interest earned. The time interest earned ratio shows that the company fulfill interest obligation by using operating profit in 2020, which in 336.13 times. With the higher ratio, the company can pay off an interest obligations. Based on profitability ratios, the net profit margin show a higher in 2020, which is 18.02% compared to 2019, where it is 6.84%. and 2018 where it is 7.44%. The results show that the higher sales in generating the profit. It is because price changes greatly affect how many units a company can sell, which in turn impact the overall profit numbers. Next is operating profit margin. The operating profit margin ratio shows the company pay the variables or operating costs in 2020, which is 18.8%. Next is return on equity. The return on equity shows higher in 2020, which is 17.80% compared to 2019 where it is 13.24% and 2018 where it is 11.18%. The result shows the firm is good in managing the equity financing from the investor in funding the operations. And lastly, return on assets. The return on assets show increase in ratio in 2019 where it is 10.90% to 2020 where it is 12.38%. Even though in 2018 it is 27.01%, it shows the efficiently the company using the asset in generating profit.
Okay, the last one is market ratio. First, earning per share. The earning per share ratio show the higher ratio in 2020, which is 0.50 ringgit compared to 2019, which is 0.6 ringgit, and 2018, which is 0.4 ringgit. The result shows the company have profitable and have more profit to the shareholder or investor. Okay, next, dividend per share. The dividend per share ratio show the company pay dividend to the shareholder, which in 2020, which is 0.5 ringgit per unit share.
For the conclusion, Lotus KFM Berhad Company has made significant improvements in the last 4 years. The company is at a stable financial position and it is expected to continue its growth trajectory. This can be seen from its well-performing revenue from sales. Despite this, the company needs to make further improvements to avoid going into bankruptcy. Some of the measures that the company needs to implement include reducing its operational costs and improving its cash flow position. The company has unsustainable costs from administrative costs and overhead costs. Lotus KFM Berhad Company also need to improve its liquidity position to avoid going bankrupt due to inability to pay off its debts. The administration of the company needs to ensure that it has set up favorable policy to increase the free cash flow of the company. So that's all from us. Thank you.